I'm the captain.
Go.
Welcome to episode 19 of the...
No question mark. 19.
19, definitely 19 of the No Rip podcast. I am your delightful host, Evan Middleton. And I've had so much caffeine today. I'm with Danny. You see your name?
No.
Hello. It's just his face.
Danny. And Captain Green.
What's that?
How are we, Trips?
I'm good. I'm not the captain, literally.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Well, I don't know if it's official yet, though.
Well, for that game.
Well, for the past 2 games, I've been the captain at the rugby.
No big deal, by the way.
If I was picking it, I would pick him as well.
He's a
You're
leader.
quite a level-headed man.
I am
And he's a leader.
I have a nice
Yes.
beard. I have all the attributes.
People look at you and think,
He's a captain guy with a beard.
no.
Yeah.
Being an elder in the team as well, let's face it. You're one of the...
mate.
Between
There
you and
was
Sparky, that's...
people in the team that were born in 2002.
Actual...
Like 2002.
Holy shit. And they're
how-
playing first 15 rugby.
How mental was that?
That's wild, man.
That's like chill. But they're like, what, 20? Is that
That's
maths?
not even children anymore.
That's
That's like
maths.
30-year-olds.
Is that maths?
yeah,
It's 20?
yeah.
That's fucking... See if somebody... When are you born? 2002.
Are you not 8 years old?
Get back to
It's-
nursery
it's-
right now.
It's when you hear the 2, whatever comes after it, you don't,
Oh,
even,
no.
you don't even hear it. You're like, eh?
Oh no. It's fucking... Mate, it's...
Does it
it's
start
well.
at 19?
But do you know, it's a wee bit different. Like...
Are you
Do
enjoying
you
the
feel the
responsibilities?
responsibility? Do you feel like, are you aware of it? Do you feel different?
Yes. So I was like, I'm actually quite a quiet player. I just like to just do my job, like just be quiet, and I'll just steal ball and like make a couple of tackles and that. Just very understated. I'm never like a 10 either. I'm never absolutely brilliant, but I'm never terrible. I'm always like a 7. I'm very, very
You're
consistent
consistent.
with. But that's what you want. You want your consistency. But see, actually having to like make decisions and stuff, I'm like, oh shit.
Aye,
So I keep
like, are we
forgetting.
Are we kicking for touch? Are we kicking for goal?
Uh-huh.
Like, what we doing
And
here?
then people are like, oh, no, let's do this. No, let's do that. And I'm like,
Do I disagree? Do I agree?
Can we do both? I'm so sorry. See, 'cause
You're
I'm
Switzerland,
Switzerland.
man. So Switzerland.
But aye, what's happening with you guys as well? What's going on?
I had my team event on Saturday.
How did that go?
It was good. Copied you. But I
course.
had my team event. Danny helped out again. Assistant Dan. When are you gonna have one?
I've had 3 this year.
I know, but when are you gonna have another one?
It means
Oh.
with. It means with.
It means with
With
us.
you?
Us helping.
Oh, right,
Aye,
sorry.
that's what I meant.
Sorry, missed that. But soon.
Soon. But no, it was really good. Some buzz in
It
the
was great.
place. Good gaff. Everybody hitting PRs. Lifting heavy. Listening to rap music. It was good vibes. I jumped
You
in
missed
for a
the
little
best
bit.
part about it.
Well,
Baby Hattie was there.
me baby Hattie was there. Katie
No-
was
no
helping
rep
out as
baby.
well.
Baby Hattie for the first, like, Jordan's in a room. He's going to be the loudest person in the room.
This is true.
But Hattie stole the show.
Yeah, yeah.
Screaming. Was your one?
Definitely mine. She just sits there and goes, ah, the whole
so
time. Not crying, just shouting. But no, it was a good time, good vibe. Katie managed to film a lot of it, so I chucked a wee YouTube together with it yesterday.
YouTube
In fact,
plug.
Shout out.
Shout out YouTube.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're subscribed to the No Rep one, you should already be subscribed to mine. Let's
They are,
face it.
I've watched a few. They're great. They're really good, mate.
A few.
I've watched a few.
A few.
I watched the very first one. I
There
watched
only
the
is a
second
few.
one.
You watched a few. So
sorry.
you've not watched all.
I've
You've
st-
just watched a few.
I've watched a few.
Interesting, right?
Sorry, mate. I'll catch up.
Ev's not watched any, so at least you're winning.
I refuse to. No, kidding on. I'm just
So I had
really. I'm
that.
just really busy.
I know.
I mean-
So I had that. That was good fun. Chilled out the rest of the weekend, stuff like that. But that's pretty much it.
Were you?
Apart from
I
helping
was
you.
pretty much
Same vibes.
whatever Jordan said for Saturday, same.
The same.
Just same.
Exact same.
Exactly. And then Sunday. What did I do Saturday night? Did I do it on Saturday night? I don't know.
You just went balloon
I was
time?
just
No,
about
that
to
was
say.
Saturday night. I'm trying to think if I done it. Don't have a clue.
We were
Sunday.
at. You can. I've spoke. You can.
Aye,
you can do
Sunday we went to supposedly this only balloon festival in Scotland.
the Hot Air Balloon Festival.
Aye.
Just to clarify.
Aye, hot air balloons, which I've never seen before
In Straven.
until Sunday. It was pretty much just blowing up advertisements, wasn't it? Really,
Aye.
that was all it was.
Mm.
Like blowing
I
up
went a couple of years
advertisements.
ago. I think it was maybe pre-COVID. I went a couple of years ago, and there was actually a wee guy in the hot air balloon
Oh.
cycling.
We beat well.
Did you
I
see him?
swore at him.
Aye,
If you saw my video.
Oh yeah, you
Good,
did
'cause
that.
I'm-
I've
I'm a-
seen
I'm
that.
a
I've
child.
seen that.
it was cool. There was when a few of them were up in the sky. It was like that's quite.
It was
cool.
actually quite. So there's like, see in Turkey, there's this that's famous. I can't pronounce it. It's like Corpacopia?
Coppolopoulos.
Copolopoulos?
Yeah.
Coppersberg?
That place.
Coppersburg. And but it's dead famous for the hot air balloons go up every
Is it?
single morning or something, and it's beautiful. It was like
Aye.
that, but if Wish done it.
Aye.
It's fucking terrible.
On a budget.
Aye.
But-
Do you know what? It was actually all right, but it was just, I don't know, man. I think Seek is. Do you know? I'm just going to say, like, I don't know if it's bad or not, right? See, families, right, and you are now a family with a child and stuff.
He's like, fuck them.
Fuck them, right? Fuck a lot of them. No, just absolutely rude.
Mm.
And I understand, like, if you've got a kid, they're your priority. But I just think, actually, maybe not even families, but people are just so fucking rude, man.
Aye, man. No, you're right.
Manners cost nothing.
Give me what happened. Something
This kid
happened.
spat in my face. Right, and I punched him, and then I get in trouble with the police, and it was fine. No, I can't even really remember, man. I was just like, people just oblivious of like their wains that are running over, and oh nah, man, it's right.
Have you ever drove at a school run? It drove, it's chaos.
Yeah.
Motors pulling it everywhere.
Yeah.
People not looking because they're too busy shouting at their kids in the back. It's pretty much like that. It's like if you've got kids and it's chaos, it just becomes everything, and everything else just becomes like nothing.
I think I'm like hyper aware of, see if like, and you'll get it with Tilly with the dog, and I realise that they're dogs and not kids. But see if Rosie's acting up, I'm pure like fucking. I'm so sorry. I'm pure apologetic.
Totally.
Right, but I suppose you probably just getting numb to it.
Probably.
Do you know what I mean?
No, there's definitely, it's definitely person dependent, because I feel the same, because Bear can get quite hyper sometimes, or if like people see him in the street and he tries to jump up, I'm like, oh, and I'm nervous. Whereas like I was down the park the other day pushing Hattie, walking Bear, some wee fucking dog runs up to me and pure muddy paws, and I've got like treats in my pocket, jumping on me and like jumping up and like his paws on me. And obviously I'm a dog person, so I do not mind whatsoever, right? But
Yeah.
imagine if you were like just an average person, you've got this wee fucking dog jumping all over you with muddy paws. You'd be like, get to fuck.
Yeah.
Like, don't jump up on me. And then the owners ran round, and it's not as if they were like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He jumps up on you, he's friendly or whatever. Like,
They're just like, yeah.
they're just like, oh, there's my dog jumping on some random person I don't know. It's fucking, it's a bit annoying.
Should have been apologetic.
Exactly. You come round and you're like, mate, I'm sorry,
I'm so
dog's
sorry.
jumping. And you're like, that sound, your dog want a treat. You start a chat, but then the person just walks by me. Just fucking walk by me. And I'm like,
Just
bruv,
basically just like, fuck you, bro.
yeah.
Have you seen my trousers, mate?
I know, I was absolutely vlogging. But we're going to chat a couple things.
Couple of things.
One of which being energy crisis, energy bills, strikes. That was another thing I wanted to bring up.
Aye.
It just popped into my head.
Mm-hmm.
Strikes, all the rest of it, right? As a general kind of thoughts on that, right? Before we start getting like deep diving into each topic, what's your thoughts on what's happening right now in the world with the strikes, with the energy bills, with the cost of living, all the rest of it?
I actually put up something on my story the other week talking about, because you know how in October, sorry, I was going to burp there, but I didn't. In October, I saved it.
Well done.
And in October, people are not going to pay their energy bills.
Oh yeah, the don't
Aye.
pay UK thing.
Yeah.
I actually don't know, and I don't know what that is.
I think it's. They're not like going to take it off. I could be butchering this. Taking it off a direct debit and not letting it be a monthly thing, and I don't know. No.
What are you saying?
I think you've always got an option of paying up
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Am I right in saying that? Like you pay and then you can use rather than using and then paying.
Potentially.
You can swap it.
I
Think.
don't deal with the bills.
I could be.
That's
I could
not
be
an
wrong.
Evan.
I could be.
That's
wrong.
not an Evan problem.
Yeah.
Same.
Amanda, can you deal with that, honey?
Aye.
Please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
I could
what
be
is
butchering that.
it?
So basically, people are, is a big, I suppose it's a bit of an FU to the energy companies and stuff. People are, I'm just trying to find the story on Instagram. Oh, I can't even get the results up. Not paying their direct debits, whatever, to cause fucking bother to them or something. I don't really, honestly, I don't really know enough about it. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't go down that route because
obviously,
then,
because prices are going up and up and up and
that's,
up.
that's mad.
Like,
When
will
will
it
it
make a
stop?
difference?
Well, here's the thing that I seen. So, like, obviously, there's people that don't pay UK, all this sort of thing. It's like, don't pay for your shit. Like, it's going too far. Enough's enough. We need to stop it. And then I seen this thing on, I think it was I don't know where it was, on my phone somewhere. And it was this woman on Sky News getting interviewed being like, so what's the script if someone like doesn't pay? What's the consequences for doing this? And then the woman was like, well, to be honest, I think there's a lot of fear mongering going on. And in all honesty, like the stuff that half of these energy companies are saying that they can take it to court and all this sort of stuff is quite a lot of the time a lot of bullshit, because if everybody does it, they're not going to be able to. And then she gets cut out. And then the Sky News reporter's like, oh, we were just talking there, and unfortunately, like, blah, blah, blah. So it's like,
that's a
good timing, eh? Good timing, that.
Yeah, so it's like, it's a bit sus, like, what's going on and what's happening. But, like, not to fucking bore you, right? But I watched this video. Do you know a guy called Ray Dalio?
No.
He was nodding your head there.
No.
He wrote a book called Principles, and he was like a hedge fund manager from fucking New York and all this sort of stuff. But basically, he made a video on Instagram, not on Instagram, on YouTube about economics and how it works, and basically how it's all in cycles. And right now we're at this cycle where everything's fucking like
highly inflated,
highly inflated through the roof, and then at some point it is going to
it's got to
tip to the other end. But when that'll happen,
who
knows?
This is the thing. See, with fuel, I thought to myself, okay, let's look at it for the company's point of view. Why there's mad inflation? Is it because I think a lot is to do with the fact that we went to Saudi and no Russia? Is that why the fuel went up? Am I right in saying that? I'm sure that's what happened. But anyway, they didn't earn a lot of money through COVID in comparison to maybe what they would normally. So I'm like, if they upped it to try and
just a couple of $100 billion,
you know what I mean, to try and set off losses, right? But then I thought, oh, that might be the same. This is just like a car driving. I thought, right. I thought to myself, maybe the energy companies and that are just doing the exact same, trying to earn a bit of dough back in their pocket for what they lost. I was like, no, wait a minute. The amount of dough they probably earned through COVID with people being inside would have been ridiculous. So why are things now costing more? And they're saying, oh, it's because the cost of living is rising. But then these are all profiting. We can see your profits. They've been publicised all over Instagram. Your profits,
the record profits and stuff.
Record profits.
But the thing is, it doesn't just affect fuel; it affects the cost of goods, because then things getting delivered cost more to get there, and then you charge more for your Mars bars, and then it's just like becomes a full cycle.
What's the cost of Fredo going to be? Fucking
this is the thing as well. All this
20p or something.
Nah, it's more than that.
For a Fredo?
It's more.
Well,
it's minimum 25.
I'm definitely saying
something that I want to talk about this whole shenanigans.
Try that again.
Shenanigans that's going on is, have you seen the stuff about Asda and about the new is it their essentials range or something like that?
Not really. What
Sabres range, maybe.
Just Essentials by Asda. Basically, you know how every supermarket has like the cheap, the kind of like Tesco's own stuff and all that.
Yeah.
I'm really struggling.
You alright there, mate?
Yep, I'm really struggling.
What's up with you, bruv?
Too much caffeine. But anyway, right, so every supermarket's got their own brand of stuff that is obviously cheaper, right? Asda has went through a kind of rebrand with it, and they're now calling it Just Essentials. And it's basically got like this yellow packaging, but it's like noticeable and stuff, right? But there's been this big massive stir on Twitter, on the internet and stuff about how it's kind of like almost shaming families on the breadline, if you like, because it's making it noticeable, like if they're doing their shopping and stuff, that they're buying the cheap stuff. What's your thoughts?
That's a lot of shite.
I don't know. No, I think some people their pride would be maybe a wee bit hurt.
Yeah.
Bollocks.
No, some people will.
Yeah.
You can't say bollocks to that. That's a fact.
No, man. No, because fucking...
No, you might not. We might not. Somebody might.
But there's been fucking like essentials for every single...
I know, but but what everyone's saying is it's obvious. It's bright yellow, and there's nothing else really like that, and it's all the same brand in the same market. And that's
not mind Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's Basics is white. It's ugly white with orange on it. Sainsbury's Basics, right? The shops have done it for fucking forever.
No, but I know. But when it's told me,
do you know what my kind of? I've got a couple of thoughts on this and stuff. Like I was saying to you earlier on, actually, about, do you remember the Tesco Value
thing?
Tesco Value was, well, obviously. Everyone knows what it is. But I think back then, because obviously Tesco and stuff have rebranded and stuff. So let's even take 10 years ago, right? Would this be an issue?
Not at all. I don't think it would be.
Not at all, right? But see, because in my opinion, it's very much a kind of, and this is not saying that people aren't justified in feeling that way, because obviously some people would be kind of hurt, or not even hurt, but like embarrassed maybe about like having to, like, because they feel like they're maybe not doing well enough or whatever, and that's totally justifiable and stuff. But I think because of the snowflake generation, if you like, everything's been.
You can't say that. You can't call people snowflakes. We'll get cancelled.
Okay, I'll say what I want. It's my podcast. It's our podcast. But everything's been magnified. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
People are hypersensitive to the situation.
That's a good word.
Aye, good word of that. Ding. People maybe are because of here's the thing, right? Bear with me on this.
Mm-hmm.
So ski instructors will tell people, right? Bear with me. Ski instructors, apparently, I've heard this as a story, will tell people to aim for the space instead of the trees. Because if you say don't hit the tree, 9 times out of 10, you might hit the tree, right? You're going to hit the tree. So if people are constantly being told about there's an energy crisis, there's a cost of living crisis, everything's a lot more expensive, then you're going to constantly think about how expensive everything is rather than some of the good that might be happening right now or some of the opportunities that might be there because you're constantly thinking about the thing that you shouldn't be thinking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you buy a new car or when you look to buy a new car and then that's all you see on the road because it's all you're thinking about. The exact same thing can be taken into the cost of living crisis because it's not that I've not noticed it, but see when I pull up to the garage and I'm filling up my car, I purposely don't look at the petrol thing to see how much it is because people look at it and it angers them and they be like, oh my God, it's this much. I'm like, see, instead of
literally me.
See, instead of like worrying about like what that is, like just why don't you worry about other things like that actually matter, that you have control over, that you can change, rather than fucking looking at the petrol thing and going, I can't afford that, or that's higher than it was yesterday, or whatever.
My approach is like yours, right? So if we get, I don't know if you call it an energy meter. They basically put a smart meter in and it just shows you how much energy you're using.
Aye.
After 4 days, I unplugged it. I was like, what is the point in this?
Why?
What is the point in this? What is it going to do? All we're doing is hearing about all this crisis. I'm looking at it thinking, how the fuck have I spent £1.50? I just woke up. And after the 4 days, I was like, I just took it out and says it waited. I was like, bin.
Aye.
We don't need it.
Aye, it's just highlighting
it's highlighting something. It's highlighting something. But this is, let's right, so now we can kind of transition into people are actually struggling.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And
let's not forget that.
None of us are sitting here because of this right now.
We're fucking balling out of control over here.
Right? No,
well, balling my eyes out.
You've got Sandra, who's got 6 weans, and like she's genuinely always maybe struggled just making sure the weans are fed.
Sandra should have bought contraception.
Right, so hindsight's 2020, right?
I'm joking.
Right, so and that's another debate for another time.
Sandra, fuck's sake, Sandra.
So maybe she just has super ovaries, right? And she had 6 weeks. Anyway, Sandra. Some of these, let's not laugh at this.
On you go, Sandra.
She's got 6 weans. She's maybe been struggling.
Aye.
As it is, maybe she just always struggles, right?
I don't know, man.
So if things are going up 80%, is that 100%? Whatever people have said are going up, right? It's going up a stupid amount. She like that's a genuine. She'll be like, I'm worried, I'm feared, losing sleep, proper in the breadline, which obviously then comes back to people like us and anybody helping food banks if we can and doing stuff, clothes, giving clothes in. Anything we can do to help, we need to do and we should do. And we can't be ignorant to the fact that there's people genuinely struggling and losing sleep and panicking and not having a fucking clue what to do because of this shit. But then you've got Debbie on fucking social media, on her stories, worrying about it, moaning about it and complaining about it, patching things, cancelling things and that. But yet she's out probably every fucking weekend at a nice fancy restaurant. She's probably always going out with her pals, spending probably every fucking penny she makes in bevy. Always want to keep up with the Joneses, always want to impress other people. And I'm like, are you struggling? Or are you just a fucking child with your money? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, let's bring it back and if let's take a bit of responsibility for the fact that you're just probably you're gutted that you can't live that type of life maybe as much as you did. You're not fucking struggling. And this annoys me, man, when I see this.
Yeah.
So people like, there's people like that and there's people like Sandra, whatever I called her, who's actually fucking struggling.
Yeah.
Right?
There's real struggle and there's perceived struggle.
Yeah. And there's always ways that you can tighten things in
Say that again.
There's real struggle and there's perceived struggle.
Yep.
God, clip that. That's fucking good.
It's facts, bro.
Yeah.
Well said, man.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I think like
people love to put a blanket statement on what's going on, and they automatically assume that like you're either really, really struggling or like you're not whatsoever. And like there's levels to where people are at, and there's levels, and everybody's situation is different. And I think that quite a lot of the time is a lot of people out there are in control of what they can spend the money on and what they can't. Like the Debbie, for example, that you gave there. But quite a lot of the time that we've spoke about this before, that people spend their money on things that they value the most.
Yes.
And the things that they value quite often don't serve them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? So they value the fucking Louis Vuitton bags or the holidays or the this or the that, knowing that it's going to like skin them like every single week and like that. Oh,
I said something.
You said,
Well,
do you remember what you said?
And I was just walking out. Let me think.
Do you want me to say it?
Let me think.
Because I can say it and I'll take credit.
No, don't.
I'll snip it.
Don't. If people cared more about... Oh, fuck. What order did I say it in?
Do you want me to say it?
Let Evan say it.
You can't take my thunder, man, because he will use it.
No. So Danny said this.
Yeah.
It was me. If people cared more about their appearance than keeping up appearances,
That was it.
they wouldn't be a skint.
Damn.
Wow.
True, man.
That's true.
It's definitely facts.
I'm
And
so annoyed. Like I said it 75 times over the weekend to Sarah because of how pissed off I was about this
what
stuff.
got you triggered?
Seeing people complain, it really...
Didn't
I'm
have
like,
the right
are you
to complain?
fucking kidding me on? Do you know that you plaster your life over social media?
Yeah.
Do you know that? Do you know people see you buy all the shit you buy and eat all the shit you eat and drink all the shit you drink? Do you know that people see you do that? Because it's on your fucking story. Do you know what I mean?
You need to unfollow some people, bro. You've got too much negative energy on you.
No, these people aren't being negative.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is if they're moaning and they're saying how much they're going to struggle with things because the cost of living's going up with the energy, but then I'm like, are your choices really reflecting what you just said there?
Do you want to say what you're going to say?
Do you know what will fix it? I've got the solution. Why are you laughing? Paul, why are you laughing? I've got the solution, right?
What was the solution?
See if you got someone to make up like a Facebook banner or picture, right? That said like against the cost of living crisis, and then everybody changed their profile pictures on Facebook to say that. Problem solved.
Yep.
Like we all get like a Asda, the new
Essentials, just essentials.
for the
Just
picture
essentials.
and we all post it on our Instagram.
Essentials is a new Waitrose, like that sort of shit. Like, and if people just like spoke about it online, like just purely spoke about saying
Didn't do it and just actually spoke about it.
Yeah, didn't do anything practical. Like just spoke about it.
spoke about
Or like I think that'll fix everything.
I think you're correct.
Uh-huh.
What I was going to say,
Yeah.
which is maybe a bit more value,
Yeah.
maybe a smidge, is in kind of times like this, and actually with anything, see if anything's ever bad or there's something's happened in your life. Don't look at it as an opportunity, but that's not what I mean to say. What I mean to say is, like, what are the opportunities from this?
Yes.
Right. So the cost of living crisis, right? Everything's going up, right? What are the opportunities from this? It's an opportunity for you to kind of maybe reevaluate life, how you go about things, how you go about cooking, food, your weekly shop. Because I know for a fact, like, and obviously I'm in a very fortunate position with it. It's obviously affected me in the sense that it's affected people financially and what, like,
totally.
it's that no one's immune to it or whatever, but it's maybe not affected me as much as it's maybe Sandra or whatever. But I could definitely sort my spending out a little bit. How I go about food shopping. Like, I could stop shopping at Waitrose. I don't shop at Waitrose at all, but I do shop at Sainsbury's. Do you know what I mean? So I could, and Aldi. So I could maybe just go to Aldi, save myself some money. Like, I'm at the Village Hotel 3 times a week. Obviously, I use it as a work block and stuff in there, but I'll be buying myself a coffee every time I go. I could
One coffee.
Don't
lie to me.
A few coffees
Yeah,
every time I go. But do you know what I mean? Shit like that. So
We could all,
Everybody could.
everyone can do a better job of their finances, let's face it. But should people have to just because things are now all of a sudden more expensive. I think that's where the kind of issue where strikes and all that are starting to come in, because like
I've not even really spoke about strikes.
I think Royal Mail are striking. Obviously, Glasgow City Council are striking with the bins. The bins are fucked now, man. Just walking about, literally just walking about there. Every bin is fucked.
I had rubbish in the car, walked to the bin with my rubbish, realised the absolute nick it was in, and then walked 2 minutes back to the car. I just put it in my motor.
Put it back in the car?
Aye, because I was like, I'm not going to pop it, try and put it on top of a bin.
Top of that, like the bins at the back of my flat are all fucked. Like, I think teachers or teachers' assistants are striking as well, and because you get a lot of, so we are in a fortunate position, right, is because we are in control of our finances. We're in control of how many clients we have or do not have, right? That's down to us, not anybody else. We don't have HR departments or fucking bosses to go to.
You'd be fucked if you had a HR department, mate.
Talking about, man, I am the HR department. So like, we're in control of that. So we are fortunate because we can change things if they need to be changed. We can adapt with what's going around. But if you work for the post office and, you know, your wage is your wage and everything goes up by 50%, 60%, then it's like, well, yeah, kind of like, what the fuck? What are you meant to do? You already work 45 hours a week. You're already working overtime. Like, you can't really work harder. We can work harder and earn more money. They can't work harder and earn more money. Yeah, they can maybe work harder for 2 years to maybe get a promotion to get a 5% pay rise. So I think like there's going to be, I don't know when the scale is going to tip from all these companies like teachers and governments and post office and Royal Mail and all this sorts of shit, like, because all these people are screaming, we need them, we need fucking we need the post office, we need teachers, we need bin men, we need all these people, and like they do need to somewhat be, why should they suffer? Right? Because everything else has been fucking through the roof. Why should they suffer? The people that we need, the backbones to society, right? Why should they suffer because other people want to make their bottom line bigger?
Shouldn't.
No. I was actually speaking to one of my clients today that's a postie, and obviously they're obviously striking for kind of better wages and better conditions and whatever, but he's lost a week's wage. Do you know what I mean? He's got a family. Like, do you think that striking, so see if you're in an industry like that, should be optional? Because do you think everyone would do it?
Well, that's a good point. I've never actually been in that situation before. See, me personally, with the way that my brain's wired, I wouldn't see the point in striking. Because I'm like, say if I was to fucking organize, I don't know how it works. Right, we're going to strike on this day and blah, 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 and we're going to fucking coerce this, that, the next thing. I'd much rather put my energy into something that's like, well, how can I maybe earn a bit more money? Could I fucking deliver Chinese food? Could I deliver on Deliveroo? Could I don't know, fucking sell shit on Amazon? Like, what could I, that's the way my brain's wired. Now, I'm not saying that that's the fix for it, because people shouldn't have to do that. But like, instead of thinking about you're going to waste so much more energy trying to control what other people do rather than controlling what you do. Like, it's going to take me fucking so much time to try and change your mind about something, right? You beat a dead horse with a stick, whatever the fucking saying is, right? You can beat up
a dead horse.
Beat up a dead horse, right? It's not going to do anything. But if you just like take half of that amount of energy and then channel it into like yourself, like, what can you do to fix the current situation? Because it's life. Life is shite. It's never going to be fair. It's never going to be like, it's never going to be an even playing field, ever. And for anybody to think that it will be is naive.
Has it ever been?
No.
You think about it? You think, how many times have you heard of strikes? How many times have you heard of inflation happening? How many times have you heard of this exact thing happening over the last 100 years?
Yeah.
50 times, do you know what I mean? Like,
there's class systems, there's where you grow up, there's all this sorts of things. Like, you have the cards in front of you. You can't just change them because you don't like what the cards are. You need to play the hand in which you're dealt. So for some people, they get dealt a shit hand. Tough titty. What can you do? You're going to fucking moan about it. You're going to take control and change your Facebook picture, and hopefully things change. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? That's my thoughts on it.
Yep.
Good. What else we talking
about? Just remember, and I've always said this, if you cared more about your appearance than keeping up appearances. He's laughing at. He's heard that before. Because I need to be able to clip it, because this cunt will clip it and he'll fucking take all the credit.
We playing footsies.
See, I'll let you use it, right? But my face on your body when you
done that thing. Did you not send that? And it was like, I forget it. It doesn't matter. I just went on our chat and there's a picture of Wee Man on there.
Danny as a child looked like Mini Me.
Dad?
Mini Me, not Wee Man. Wee Man's the midget from Midget. I can't say midget, can I?
No, I don't think you can. Oh, so we've got two things we can talk about because we're kind of chatting either the obesity one.
Hit that.
We hit that.
Hit that.
Right. Okay. What was the?
That was it. Was your
it
thing.
Was me. I was the bot. I'm the captain.
Of course, you're the captain.
Middle. See the armband. I've got the armband. Look at that. Look at that. And so I was reading a couple of articles and stuff. Just
hold on.
You can read.
Why steal my joke?
Because we're so in sync.
Did you just become best friends?
Did we just become best friends?
Yep. So the line between body positivity, right, and glamorizing obesity. What's your thoughts? Because wetting your whistle.
Do you want my thoughts?
I do actually want your. I want your honest thoughts.
My honest opinion
about the whole thing, because obviously, now I'll give my thoughts in a wee second, but you can give your thoughts.
Body positivity is huge. Body positive. You need to be positive about how you look as a human being, right? However, if you're a gluttonous cunt, right, fix it, right? Because you're just a danger to yourself, your family, the NHS, all sorts. Fix it.
But what about if I'm like having a hard week? And
I don't give a. Nah, I'm only joking. So, like, if you're a gluttonous cunt, no. So the thing is, right. So take me for example. Before I went on holiday, there, I was not the shreddedness I've ever been in my whole entire life. I'm 1000% okay with that. I'm still going to slide my budgies on. I don't really care, right, if I'm carrying a little bit of extra body fat, because fundamentally I take care of myself, right? And I know that I've worked hard to get my body to the place that it's at. Now, not everybody's is like in the same mindset as I am and as gym orientated as I am. Obviously not. I'm a fucking coach. I'm a PT. Of course, that's going to be my world. However, if you get to the point and you're so far at the other end of the scale, quite literally, right? If you're so far on that end and you're trying to glamorize that, that's where it goes wrong. Now, people are going to be in that position, right? And people there, like, if they want to change, if they want to get help, let's help. Like, do you know what I mean? That's our jobs. It's whatever. But if you're, like I said, a GC, a gluttonous, right? So-and-so, and you're trying to glamorize that, you're a wrongin', right? It's something, it's a line in which that I think shouldn't be crossed, and it's dangerous, actually, if anything, trying to promote that. It's almost like, right, trying to promote anorexia.
Yes.
If you're on the complete other end of the scale, like being like, I am so skinny, I've got no functional organs anymore, you should do this because I am anorexic and it's okay to be anorexic. Like, nobody says that. That's not. I think in society we know that, like, someday, like, if somebody was to try and promote being anorexic, it'd be like, well, you can't fucking, like, hold on, you can't do that. But so why do we think that then if someone's obese, which comes with, again, its own health implications, why do we think that it's okay to glamorize that? You don't see anorexic people on the cover of fucking Varsity magazine, do you? So why should we see obese people on the cover of fucking Vanity Fair or whatever it is?
What's your thoughts?
Yeah, you should be positive about your body, or confident with your body. Do you know what I mean? No matter what. However, Jordan's right. It's like if you take it to one end of the scale where you're now actually putting yourself at risk with your health, and then possibly also costing your country money, because you're going to end up having to get medication for this, you're going to have to get operations for this, you're going to need to go and see people for this because of your own choices. It's ridiculous. So it shouldn't. I be positive, whatever weight you are, however you look. No, we're not sitting here saying strive to get a six pack. I've not got a fucking six pack now. Get me in a good bit of lighting, maybe. Do you know what I mean? No, we're not sitting here. And I don't. Maybe there will be some people. Who does think that's like what you should strive for, and that's health. That's fucking. You should only be positive if your abs are popping, right? There will be people out there like that, and I believe that there is a lot of people and there's a lot of coaches that are like that, and a lot of probably people that follow us on Instagram who are listening to this have probably following the people and saying the people, and maybe that's where like, is that just as bad as like being positive about if you're anorexic, if you're obese? If you're like only positive when you get a six pack, you should only be happy and confident when you get a six pack. Do you know what I mean?
That's a heavy good point, because like people, body positivity, why does it have to be tied to being like fucking really, really in shape? That's a solid point.
Do you know what I mean?
Like it should just be like fucking, like if you're able to like move, you're able to go a walk for 40 minutes at stop, and like that should be the standard of the guideline, not abs.
Not necessarily a body image. Do you know what I mean? Like,
totally.
Like, you taking care of yourself? Are you being mindful? You're eating. I don't even think it's so hard to say. Are you eating healthy? Are you eating this? Are you going for this target? It's, have you getting mindfulness around your food? Or are you just fucking carrying on? Do you know what I mean? And just putting eating in you because it's convenient, and eating in you because it's there, and eating in you because it's habit. Do you know what I mean? Do you carry on your week no thinking about, I should probably get some veggies, fruit or protein in? I don't go by a week thinking at least that once a day. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't.
Eat more veggies, actually. I probably could eat more.
Aye, but keep like, so I would say that's like a healthier way of being. But back to what we're saying about there's a fine line between like too much, focusing on too much. Like, what is the? I don't know what I'm trying to say. What is the? I've lost my train of thought.
I'll say if
Evan, take over.
Danny's struggling today, man. His brain's broken. See, my kind of stance on it is, I think, and I've said this a million times in the podcast, I think anyone can be whatever the fuck they want, right? You can see if you want to be terribly unhealthy at either end of the scales, that's fine. Obviously, discounting actual medical conditions, like if you the mental and whatever. mental and whatever, right? But it's the glamorizing, I suppose, any extreme, which is the issue for me for young kids and stuff, right? And because no matter what way you look at it, right, unhealthy is unhealthy, right? But if you're seeing somebody, and don't get me wrong, I do think, and I think that larger people should be celebrated just as equally as fit people, 100%, but not if it's going to not persuade, influence younger people. That's my kind of my kind of thing, because if it's just like, if you see somebody, it's like with guns and shit. If you see guns everywhere in magazines and all, you go, yeah, guns are alright. Guns are not alright. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's my kind of take on it as well, because. Or I think if there's going to be articles and stuff in magazines and whatever, there should be a disclaimer, like living your life in a certain regard, either up or down,
has
implications, right? Because they're not on. Is it Vanity Fair?
I think so.
Is it Vanity Fair? Picked a magazine and Cosmo, right? And like, it's not saying, oh, this person's this, but these are actually all the things that they're dealing with. Do you know what I mean? Yep. So it's like,
the thing is, like, because people might listen to my point and think that he hates fat people. It's like, no, I don't. It's not the case. It's when the extremes are taken to when someone tries to promote that, because it goes against everything I stand for and I believe in, because I promote being healthy, looking after yourself, exercising, building up your mental strength, building up your physical strength. Like, that's what I promote. So if you've got some fucking donkey, right, promoting the fact that they are so obese that it's okay to be this way and yada yada yada, is just wrong. Like, see, if you were to, you could peel it back and be like, there's an argument, there's people fucking dying in the world due to lack of food, and you're going to sit there and promote the fact that you're stuffing your face and it's okay. Like, you could boil it back to that, and that's another way. Take the health regard out of it. It's like, there's people dying in this country due to lack of food, never mind going to like third world countries. And then, so I just think it's fucking wild to think that, oh, let's promote this. Let's promote the fact that it's okay to be absolutely enormous when it's not.
Yeah,
really not.
But it's okay. And this is it devil's advocate? But it's okay to be happy. So see if something. So I think. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they're probably promoting happiness. So see if you're.
Are you happy?
Am I happy?
No, not you. I know you're happy. I know you're a happy guy.
And how do they know they wouldn't be happier actually doing something about the fact that they are overweight.
Is it a mask? Like
potentially. Yeah. Tell me, when have you been your happiest? Like, when have you been your happiest, most fulfilled, like feeling good about yourself, highest sex drive, fucking all these things? When does that generally happen?
When I'm in the best shape.
Fucking A.
When I'm watching what I'm doing health wise, when I'm taking care of myself, mindset wise, mental health wise,
everything.
Yeah.
Everything. It's not just it's not just the body composition stuff, because that's what you see. You see the body composition stuff, but it's more than that.
Yeah.
It's everything else.
It's everything.
Take the body composition stuff out of it. See, even if exercise didn't make you build muscle or didn't help in illicit fat loss, any of that sort of stuff, right? I would still do it because of all the other shit that it gives you mentally. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not just about the body composition stuff. So for someone to sit there again, like fat as fuck, being like that, it's okay to be this way because I feel great and I'm happy. Bollocks.
And the most annoying saying in the world is, I'd rather be fat and happy. Seeing people say that, and it's like they're always saying it to somebody. So are you trying to influence them to just stop doing what they're doing, or make them feel bad because they're in shape and they want to take care of themselves? You'd rather be fat and happy. Right? Cool. The most annoying fucking saying in the world. How do you know you wouldn't be happier? And Paddy Pimlet, shout out Paddy Pimlet, fucking love the guy, right? But he always says it.
He says it.
He always says it, and I'm like, that's because you're. And this comes back to people doing things wrong, right, and not doing things in a sustainable way. Because he gets himself so out of control, blows up 50 to 60 pounds heavier than he does on fight night, right? Doesn't train, doesn't move, and just eats in abundance, and then
he lives a life of extremes, though.
8 to 10 weeks for the fight camp. Then fucking goes right back down to tracking calories again, watching what he's eating, training 3 times a day. So he's probably not happy because the way he's having to do it is so extreme. Do you know what I mean?
Like, people watching and listening, you're not Paddy Pimlet. The same way it's like, you're not Ronaldo, you're not Matt Fraser. So don't try and do the things that they're doing because you're not going to get the results that they get.
Yeah.
Like, Paddy Pimlet will train fucking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day during fight camp. Right, and he'll be on ridiculously low calories, water load, and all the rest of it. So no wonder he's going from one extreme, something that none of us have ever done, right, to then the complete other extreme. So, like, he's different.
Yeah,
he is completely different. So, someday he might be saying that sort of shit, right? And then somebody none the wiser being like, well, fucking Paddy Pimlet, like, trains I train MMA, and it's somebody goes to a 1 hour class 2 times a week, like, who thinks they can do the exact same stuff as like an elite level athlete. And it's like, well, you're not going to gain the same results because you're not doing what he is. You're not that person. You've not lived that life.
And it's worrying because he's got a huge influence. Huge influence.
I mean, I don't think he's saying it obviously meaning anything by
but there's never context.
There isn't context.
So people who will just see that, we obviously understand what he's saying. We understand, but some people won't.
Because I would do what I would do exactly what he does if I was like 12, 16 weeks into a fight camp, get myself down to the bare bones. Of course, I'm going to go travel, eat like fuck, and relax and not do anything for a couple of months before then getting back into fight camp. Of course,
I think there's a very small population of people that can actually do what he does the way he does it. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
yeah, because there'd be some fighters that probably couldn't bounce back
Ricky
like
Hatton
that.
used to do it.
Yeah, but look at him now.
That's what I mean. That's exactly where I was going. Ricky Hatton used to do it. It didn't work out too well for him.
What's it, Prince?
He's looking good now, though. Ricky
yes,
Prince Naseem.
Yeah. Size of him now,
that
man.
big boy.
Aye,
but that was because of like troubles outside the boxing.
Was it?
Aye, I think he killed somebody or paralysed somebody.
Oh wow!
With his car.
Did he?
Aye.
I didn't know that. Fact check that.
That's taking a turn.
Yep. So I think it messed his head a wee bit.
God damn.
Paul Ma, like you saying that? No idea.
It's so funny. Paul is the oracle.
Yeah.
Paul, could you
guys, we're going to get Paul on one day, right? And he's just going to sit. I'm just going to ask him questions. So any question you ever wanted to know in life, fire it into any one of our stories.
All the actual real answers, right? Paul will answer. We'll give our fake and the fake made up answers.
No science backed answers, just pure shite.
Wind that up there.
Yeah, you happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Excellent. So the things, right, I've remembered this week.
Oh yeah. On you go.
Yeah, is that what you were going to say?
No, I wasn't. I was going to say Cash is out because you're the captain, but
I am the captain. I'm leading the ship today. I forgot again. YouTube. We do a YouTube thing. Watch us on YouTube. tell a friend about us, because we're trying to grow this thing and we are the greatest podcast in the world. And
comment your favourite part.
Bye.
Sexy gal.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Peace.